My name is Raj Brije and I'm in 8th SEM B division. I have done my internship in fluid metals in cast iron and ductile iron casting, sir, under the guidance of Sandeep Sutar as the external guide, sir. So, talking about the organization, it was started by in 1973 by A.G. Tembe, and it was earlier called as Om Industries, sir. They were having a small machine shop where used to do the casting of fan rings and also some kind of pulleys. The During that time the company was within the city limit. It was in 2007 where the fluid metals overtook OM industry and it became private limited. And now they deliver the products, the major products in KTR couplings, private limited, OTRs, elevators, Normax valves, etc. So, and they have also become a major part of foundry in India, sir. The production capacity for the past 3 years of this company, like from the year 2008 to 2012, was in 2008 to 2009 it was 835 ton, and 2009 to 2010 it was 898 ton, and in the year 2010 to 2011 it was 1054 tons, sir. So talking about the department, the company had almost three departments, that is the sand, the preparation of sand, then melting, and then afterwards it was a inspection method. And so as you can see, there is a flow chart. Like first we have sand, then we go to testing shop, because here we check the quality of the sand, and then it goes to sand muller, and afterwards it goes to molding, and then there is a melting or the pouring of metal in the casting, and afterwards they goes to slot blasting, and afterward it is for grinding, so for a smooth surface. Then I would like to explain the process in step by step, sir. As you can see in the figure, it is the sand dryer, sir. Basically, they get green sand from the river bed, which is usually wet and which is not fit for molding, sir. So for this purpose, they use a sand dryer, which has a design where it takes the heat from one end and the sand is dried in the other end, sir. The sand dryer will be rotating in the horizontal axis with the sand inside it, so that it will remove the moisture from the sand, and it will make the sand fit for molding. Then step two is the the mixing of the sand with the other components like clay and coal dust, in the equipment called a sand muller. Here, there are two types of molding, sir. That is carbon dioxide molding and green sand molding. In green sand molding, there are two types of binder used. That is this bentonite powder. For a small casting, they use calcium bentonite, and for large casting they use sodium bentonite, sir. And as per the green sand molding, they use um, sodium silicate, which is in the liquid form, in the mixing of sand, and also they use coal dust to have better expanding and better expanding while the pouring of the metal, sir. In step three, we can see the molding, that is green sand molding and carbon dioxide molding. Here we can see that here we can see that the molding mold is such a thing that it is a replica of a casting which we are going to produce after the melting of the and solidification of the metal. And here in the molding we have two parts, that is cope and drag. And so we have two types of molding, that is green sand molding and carbon dioxide molding. Here we can see that in the picture it is a typical green sand molding pattern, and here is a preparation charts for the both green cell molding and carbon dioxide molding. In green cell molding, we can see that the sand is used. Means the percentage of 71% of sand is used. It is of reused by the previous molds, and here only 20% of fresh sand is used, and the bentonite powder, that is 3 to 4% of the whole mixture, and coal dust is of 0.5%, and water which is required, it is of 4.6 to 6%. Whereas in the carbon dioxide molding, we can see that there is no usage of the previous molding sands. Here they take 94% of the fresh sand and sodium silicate of 6%. After the sand is prepared, the next step is core. So core, it is like producing a hollow model uh, inside the molding, that is internal cavities and rectangulars. The core is prepared, means we can prepare the core with the help of same mixture, and also we can use the core, we can use some wires or other types of binding substances to bind the core with respect to as per the what they can what it is said, that pattern. So for critical patterns we can use uh, a wire mesh or some kind of that type of substances we can hold the sand as per the shapes. In step by we can see that there are two types of that is mold melting processes, that is coreless induction type, and that is other one is furnace. So when we had been to that company, they were not using couple of furnace, as couple of furnace is used when there is large amount of orders and within a short period of time. They were using coreless type furnace, and the capacity of the coreless furnace is 350 tons at a time, and the melting time is 35 to 25 to 35 minutes. In the sixth step, we can see that the more that the molten cast is poured and it is solidified, and we can see the clear image, there are some dust particles and also the burrs on the casting. Sir, in seventh step we can see that the short blasting machine, usually what happens is that when we remove the casting from the mold, it contains a little amount of dust and also some of the burrs, and so we can use slot blasting machines, which contains a tiny particles, that is high carbon steel, and which will be of around 1 to 2 of size in diameter, and which will be in a cylindrical shape. uh, here they here they make here they blast the those particles on the casting, so that it will remove the dust particles and also some of the burrs from the casting. And if it does not work, then we are having a hand grinder to grind the casting and to make it a smooth and well finished surface. Next, here we can see the inspection after the other processes works out. There are inspection for the grinding, inspection of the casting, so that we cannot send any type of casting to the workshop. So here we can have the first one is visual inspection. Here we can see directly the cracks or pores on the casting, and that the other is the hydrostatic pressure test. Here what happens is that the casting or the model is dipped inside the oil or water bath, so that they can see some bubbles. If the bubbles are formed or they comes up, then it is sure that the casting contains a fault or it has a crack inside it. And the other processes like magnetic particle inspection, radio examination, ultrasonic inspection, dye penetration, and coin testing. At that time, they were not using those methods, as the casting was not suitable for those inspection. And they did one inspection, that is that they were using a fluorescent liquid, and they were pouring inside the casting, and they were seeing the casting inside the dark room, so that they can see some of the particles or pores by naked eyes, that they can see the fluorescent light from that holes. Then the next one is usually what happens is that a company takes the pattern from the respective parties, and they cast the castings. But here they showed us some of the models which they prepared or which they were having from the previous parties, that we can see the cast and cooler turbo compressor, and there we can see the connecting rod, and also the flange offshore cranks. These CAD models, they were prepared from the SolidWorks. And the type of knowledge I would learned is that I have seen the um, practical usage of the material science subject, that is the cooling and also melting up of the cast iron. And also I have seen that how they use grinding and shot blasting techniques to smooth the surfaces. And conclusion, that at the end of internship I was able to conclude that there were many foundry processes which were need to improve, and also they need to adopt modern technology that leads to efficient production with greater accuracy products. Mainly this kind of industry needs improvement with respect to employment at rural level. So thank you, so.
Okay, right. Um, as you told at the beginning, no, that they are using the sand preparation, preheating of the sand will be done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So after that, testing is to be done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what type of testing is done on the sand?
So one is that permeability test, sir. So that permeability test is it is used to whether the gases are evolving out at a sufficient rate of time, and also the collapsibility test, sir, whether the sand can hold that much of strength.
Hmm. Strength test. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The difference between that green sand and the carbon dioxide, that sand molding, how they are different.
So green sand molding is generally it is a usual practice where we can mix a binder, that is sodium or calcium bentonite. Sir. Here, if we use carbon dioxide molding, in that binder we use, that is sodium silicate, sir, which is in the form of liquid. So when it comes in the contact with carbon dioxide gas, it will become solid, and it will bind the carbon dioxide, it will bind the sand uh, much more what is harder. And with the help of carbon dioxide molding, we can get accurate and smoother surfaces. Where in case of green cell molding, we cannot get that much accurate or smooth surfaces.
What is the necessity of using that binding agent?
So binding agent, it binds the sand, sir. In case of in case of green sand molding, we are using calcium bentonite and sodium bentonite as per how much the size we are required to cast the cast iron. In case of green sand molding, we use silicates, which will bind the sand with the help of carbon dioxide, sir.
Okay.
Carbon dioxide has.
Okay, how they will decide that how much quantity of binders has to be added? So on what basis they are going to decide?
Sir, they are having a preparation chart, sir. I have shown it before, sir.
Okay. The standard chart is there that
Yes,
should be
sir.
followed. Mhm. Okay.
So
Yes,
this is
and
the
they
standard
are
preparation chart, sir.
also this you have shown based on this day. And these that is in the like mass production they are doing, no? There or
Yes, sir.
what is the difference between we are saying something like batch production and the mass production are the same?
No, sir. Batch production is means we can change the molding or the type of system we are using. in a certain period of time. But in case of mass production, we are going to use the same model or same technique for a longer period of time, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.